So checking out green Satoshi token, it's been a choppy few days for the markets. Green Metaverse token as well, specifically, if you don't know, I'm sure you already do, but green Metaverse token and green Satoshi token are tied, and I'm seeing a lot of similarities in the chart right now. Let's start talking about it on the GST timeframe though. I'll probably make a GMT update in a bit. I do see us having this beautiful convergence right now in this triangle pattern. It's very, very nice, and also, even if you don't want to consider that we're in a triangle pattern with any validity, just looking at this, huge low that we had down here, I really do like, I don't necessarily appreciate that we had a completely insane blow off top to the top and a blow off top to the bottom, but what do you expect when you're trading low market cap move to earn coins? But you can see a plethora of bottoms on this structure here, huge run up, and we've come back and confirmed it. And it seems like once we confirmed it, the market decided that we're not coming back to this level, at least at this moment in time. I do like how we've got lows. And then even if you want to talk about this low here, like, it looks like we might have not come back to it, but look at where this wick is. You can see this was a higher low, and so was this. So we're constantly building this higher low structure at this moment in time. Now, you can also argue that, in the exact same period of time, we do have these tops coming in where you are getting topped out at the top of this market structure. So at this moment in time, you are getting converged. The price action is pretty boring at this moment in time. I just realized my volume isn't even on the screen. I don't know where that went to, but on the 4-hourly time frame, tiny bit of green coming in. Not much to support this bounce. This has been on for 4 hours, so we should be opening a new one soon. On the 1-hourly time frame, you can see that we are getting converged to the bottom of this. I really would like to see a push above for green Satoshi token soon. So I already personally do hold some green Satoshi token. I've talked about this in my move to earn videos. I think it is good if you are trading these to hedge your bets in different move to earns. For example, 1 week green Metaverse token got all the hype. The next week green Satoshi token got all the hype, and then GMT announced the shoe minting with GMT. GST lost its hype, GMT gained hype, GMT topped out, and then FitFi started gaining bullish momentum. So, I really do think that a lot of these are going to be fads and short-lived, and we definitely should take advantage of them. And I definitely would not recommend putting all your eggs in one basket, especially when it comes to move to earns. So I do recommend, if you're investing in these, at least to have a somewhat diversified portfolio. If we do look at your moving averages, or rather if we do look, like I said, we've already gone through the moving averages, the EMA ribbons are very bearish on the 1-hourly time frame. Higher time frames though, like I said, 1 hour only means so much, because we've done this before. We had a very short-lived 4-hourly breakdown. We had a huge flush out, and then we were out. And when I say huge flush out, I mean it wasn't too bad. Just like this one from here wasn't too bad either. Interestingly, we also found support on, I believe this is your 200 EMA. Let me pull out my EMA ribbons. Yeah, it's your 200 EMA, this yellow line in the sand right here. So it seems that we are constantly finding support at this, at least in this moment in time. We've got a multitude of touch points on it, and like I said, we're just converging in this triangle pattern at this moment in time. So on the 9th of May, in the next 2 days, we are going to have a very, in my opinion, a very euphoric break up or break down. I already hold some GST, so at this moment in time I would not be looking at picking some up, only because I think the risk to reward ratio of picking it up now before the breakup would not personally make sense. For example, if we did break up, you could see a flip of these hourly EMA ribbons and then a breakout. You'd only be buying at what, 11-12% more expensive from where the price is at this moment in time. And at least in my opinion, these are my price targets, but I see the 1.618 and the 2.618 fib, and most importantly, to be honest, the 3.618, because we're making higher highs and we're making higher lows. The more macro time frame you zoom out to, obviously I'm on the 4-hour, but I just mean the more you zoom out, you realize that you've got these lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, and on the top you've got higher highs, higher highs, higher highs, higher highs, higher highs. And I do think it is about time the green Satoshi token does have its day in the sun. So my first personal price target, I would actually be skipping the 1.618. I feel like that's a little bit too soon. The first break up target would be a 47% increase up to $8.30. Like I said, that's your 2.618. Your 3.618 is all the way up here at $9.98. So I'm still a big fan of GST. If you do want me to cover this more often, because I only have so much time in the day, if you do really want me to start covering this daily or covering it every other day, best way to let me know is leave a like and a comment down below. Hope you found some value in this video. My opinion on GST right now is that we are still very bullish, and you know, this is perfectly summed up by what you're seeing on these daily EMA ribbons. We are just seeing exponential growth every time we kind of have these somewhat sizable corrections. It does seem like we are finding support in your EMA ribbons, and that's on the daily. 4 hourly, yeah, we did enter a tiny bit of a drought, but once again you found support on your EMA down here at the 200, and since then we've been rocketing up. This big move down here was bought up with a huge amount of capital, so it does look like the market does not want GST to go to these lower price targets. I do expect we are going to get a huge plethora of support if we do come back down to these lower price targets. It does kind of look like we do want to have another bounce before we do break out. I could potentially expect something like this to be playing out. I'm not going to take the price target of something that's going to move us up like 10 cent because I'm more interested in waiting to see how the breakout turns out, and then, you know, placing my bets at that moment in time. I'll keep you updated as and when we do break out. Bear in mind, be very cautious with trading these cryptocurrencies right now. Coming into Monday, obviously the next stock market opening is going to be on Monday, and we are literally sitting on the brink of death. I know a lot of you who probably watched my move to earns could not care at all about the stock market. A lot of you probably couldn't care at all about Bitcoin, but the matter of the fact is, if Bitcoin has a major move, most of these cryptos are going to follow. And what does Bitcoin follow? Bitcoin follows the stock market. So when the stock market's having these huge moves to the downside, like you can see the Nasdaq's on its last legs. I don't want to make this a stock market video, but you can see stocks are very shaky right now. I'm going to be waiting for the Monday opening, and what's very beautiful about that is, when is the apex of this triangle? Well, it's coming into the 9th. So by being patient and waiting for the next stock market opening, we might have a major opportunity unfolding if we do manage to break out. If we do break down, we can look at your daily EMAs, and I will be making a video at that moment in time on the daily, and we can talk about where's some nice areas that we can DCA. At the moment I see 455 holding up very nicely. That's all I've got for GST. Hope you found value in today's video. As always, cowboy out, not financial advice. Peace.